Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. When it comes to what kind of romance you're into, you don't have to choose just one. Fancy a dalliance with a duke, or maybe a steamy billionaire. You could find a book boyfriend in the city and another one tearing it up on the hockey field. And if nothing on this earth satisfies, you can always find love in another realm. Discover modern rom-coms from authors like Lily Chu and Ali Hazelwood, the latest romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros, plus Regency favorites like Bridgerton and Outlander. And of course, all the really steamy stuff. Your first great love story is free when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/Wondery. That's audible.com/Wondery.
This is Fixing Famous People, the podcast where two reality television producers pitch solutions to save celebrities in dire straits.
But first, let's get to the Pre-Fixe, your weekly pop culture roundup.
Well, listeners, Christopher, here we are. The dead of autumn, on the fringe of the winter of our discontent, when the possible biggest injustice of a very bonkers year happens, where we find George Luis Santos released from prison before the world is treated to him playing Norma Desmond in the federal prison production of Pussycat Boulevard at the Prison Talent Show. What the fuck has happened to society?
Don't tempt him with Pussycat Boulevard. For real.
Let me tell you something. Kitara Ravash getting out of jail this close to Halloween. We are in for a spectacular. I'm telling you. There's going to be something. 7-year sentence, 3 months served. 41 of those days supposedly in solitary confinement, which does sound a bit oppressive for a nonviolent crime. I'm sure all the details of it will be forthcoming. George has already been on television more than Anderson Cooper in the past 72 hours. So I mean, he's literally on every television I look at the gym. And he is saying, much like Todd Chrisley, that he is now all about prison reform. Hey, gay people, you don't have to have a platform when you get out of jail. This isn't the Miss Universe contest. How about you just go and eat a hot meal or something and visit with your family? You don't have to run for office the moment you get out. Go take a solid shit for the first time on a real toilet. We don't need you running for anything.
And also, what has Todd Chrisley done since he's been out of prison other than go to the mall? Nothing.
Well, probably
and not have sex with his wife.
Probably a few bathhouses. He's probably colored his wife's hair, done a couple of other things. Yeah, I mean, gay people getting sprung from prison by Donald Trump left and right. Who knew he was this in favor of gay rights?
Left, right, and center, as they say.
That means, in a related story, there is hope for P. Diddy, who, by the time you listen to this podcast, may be out of jail because reports are...
I just saw that New York Times alert this morning.
My God, that he might be getting out. Can you imagine? Like, this is...
It's just so funny, and I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks, but like, it is so funny to think back to like things that people were outraged about when like Barack Obama was the president. Like, remember the tan suit? Oh, sorry to bring this up, but the tan suit being like,
it's historic.
As if he had gotten a tattoo of like Osama bin Laden on his face. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's how radical and terrible.
That's it.
Yeah, Barack Obama.
I'm going to be
with
Barack Obama with a
bin
Bin Laden tattoo. That'll clear a party out.
That was as if like the world was truly ending, according to Fox News. You know what I mean? And to think that now the president of the United States is truly just pardoning people that are absolutely 100% guilty of horrible crimes and like defrauding other human beings. And that's like completely...
P.S. These people, as part of the commutation of this sentence, the people who were defrauded will now not get their money back.
Of course they won't.
And like, that's just it.
Of course they won't. Yeah.
That's it. Case over. Well,
what a joke. What a joke.
Kids, this is the moral of this story. Before you get convicted of a crime, make sure you are at least a C-list celebrity or you have some sort of notoriety, because then you'll get out in no time.
And then get on your knees and part them lips and start blowing because you'll get right out. Because this piece of fucking shit in the White House is like, oh, you like me? Great. You're a literal fraudster? Great.
I mean,
so am I.
Celebrity. But the Donald Trump is more celebrity obsessed than we are, and in the worst possible way.
Than anyone. I just don't even know. This is crazy. And this is like more than anything we've ever, like more than J-Lo, more than like Hilaria Baldwin, more than anything, the number of people that DM me being like, I'm waiting with bated breath for Wednesday to hear what you two have to say about this.
I have to say, our engagement with the listeners is always like the best part of my day. Yeah. But for someone 24 hours later to send me a message and say, have you heard about this? I'm starting to respond to people, how dare you? Like, please understand that this operation, this Fixing Famous People operation, has alerts set to every single entertainment source we could possibly to bring you the news.
Mainly just your email address. Yeah, mainly you. Yeah,
I'm running pop culture from my apartment in the Bronx, basically.
Didn't we at one point, we got an alert from like LUK or something? Like you had an alert that you were like,
I'm getting them from everywhere.
I'm not even signed up for this. And they're giving me alerts.
I have a friend who will remain nameless, but who routinely sends me headlines days after they've happened. And when I tell you on Sunday afternoon, she sent me this thing. Did you hear with the phrase, did you hear about this? About George Santos getting released on Friday night. I phoned her. I gave, one of my favorite things to do is an unsolicited phone call without a text
you love
warning.
An unsolicited.
Because it always feels so revolutionary. And whenever I do it, people pick up and go, hello? Like they're just so confused why anyone would do an unannounced call. And I call her and I just said, how dare you? And hung up the phone. And I haven't spoken to her since. And it's been days. She knew what it was about.
She's sitting there confused.
She knew what it was about.
She's sitting there confused.
She sure did.
I remember when we first started this podcast and you were like, I would just call you, like we would be talking about something or whatever. And then I would just call you to like get on the phone to like talk it out. And you would answer the phone and go, oh, we're just calling each other now. Like, or you were like, oh, we can just call each other whenever. I was like, yeah, is that not how a phone works?
But once we had reached that level, because that is a threshold to bear. And
it is a threshold. It is.
I didn't even really know that this was a thing, to be honest, and then I tend to date people that are a little younger than I. And the abject shock that is expressed if I call someone to just say good morning. She's like, is everything okay? I'm like,
not me.
Yeah, are you okay? No, not you.
Yeah.
I texted you. I almost called you from the toilet at 5:50 a.m. this morning, but I thought that was a little undignified. So I
was also on the toilet, so we could have just talked while shitting.
That's why I was 2 minutes late today, because I'm not normally up this early, and that coffee needs a minute, to kick in.
Yeah,
I was shitting.
Copy that.
I was shitting when I said
so was I. I just said I was shitting too. I was just...
Oh, George, I guess you did it.
Speaking of, yes.
You somehow held public office. You're also a drag queen and you served your time, quote unquote, and now you're out of jail. Welcome back, Kitara.
And like, how will he move forward? Unclear, but like, because he's going to be like, my sentence is now absolved. He's going to try to do that is what he's going to do next and be like, no, I'm all squeaky clean. And it's going to be like, no, you're not. Like,
well, let's,
I can't.
Let's end this on a positive note. His injectables and his veneers survived 41 days of solitary confinement. So whoever his dentist is, sure. That's the person who comes out smelling like a rose.
I was going to make a very mean joke about his weight that I'm going to refrain from making.
Oh, they didn't starve him there.
That's all.
Glad to see he's consistent with the outfits too. Like he's been showing up tie and sweater vested all over. Thank God they let him out in fall. God forbid he wears a t-shirt or a tank top.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Kitara. I guess Kitara is not really the Halloween costume this year. It was supposed to be for 2 years ago, but George Santos is already back on Cameo, by the way. The cameos are already popping up on the TikTok. He does.
To say what?
I don't know. Whoever decides that they want to send someone a message from George Santos. And by the way, one small message, which I would never do a shout out like this, but to Marjorie Taylor Greene, over the past few years, we've been disparaging your physical appearance by saying you clearly don't know any gay people. When we said that, we didn't mean reach out to George Santos as your first gay person, because she is the one who orchestrated all of this. She's been up Trump's ass to let this guy out. I do not understand it. But if you're a celebrity in jail, there's hope for you. Ghislaine Maxwell, you're on deck, bitch.
Not Ghislaine.
You're on fucking deck, baby. Speaking of Ghislaine, every
why is that so funny to me?
I don't know. I think we've said it before, or like she's commonly
like
known
millions
as
of
that.
times, but it's just cracking me up. Anyway,
I think
Ghislaine,
that, like,
go ahead.
my dad thinks that that's the actual pronunciation of her name, like Ghislaine. What's her name? Ghislaine Epstein's whore. I think that that's what he calls her.
I see him so perfectly saying that.
Speaking of Ghislaine and Jeffrey Epstein, Prince Andrew, just when you think he can't sink any lower, like this guy will move into any hole other than jail. Maybe someone of a rank is not allowed to be in jail, but now that Virginia Giuffre's book has come out, there are further investigations into emails and accusations. Like it's not over. And good for her for writing the book, man. I mean, I'm sorry she's not here anymore. That is an absolute tragedy. But if this book puts more people behind bars, great. You know, her family is sort of doing the book tour and trying to make sure more people are held accountable for what Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine did. But Prince Andrew has voluntarily given up all of his titles. He will still have to be known as Prince Andrew. There's no choice, but he's no longer the Duke of York.
He's going downtown.
Yeah, and he's been like removed. He's still on the family website, but he's got no titles. Sarah Ferguson is no longer the Duchess of York. She's just Sarah Ferguson. And I don't know what's next for him, but it doesn't look good because they've opened up another investigation into the contents of certain emails involving Andrew and Sarah and Epstein. So I think every time he takes a breath and thinks that this is over, it's not. It's just not. I don't know what they're going to do because I don't know that monarchy is set up for someone to be a pedophile and serve time in jail like a quote unquote normie. Sure. So I think they just don't know what to do. But if I'm Prince Andrew, I got to be honest, I'm having someone taste my meals before I eat them for the rest of my life, because make no mistake, the royal family wants you gone. And Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Schmuckers, is sitting in Montecito going, I didn't do anything except show up and look cute. You raped children. Like, what are we? Why am I banned? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah. Like, I'm the monster. Yeah.
So weird. Also reports that Wills is like much further along on this than his father, the king, is. And he's just like, when I take over, Andrew's done. Like, he's done.
Bye. Yeah. Yeah. He's like my creepy, disgusting uncle that I've had to put up with my whole life that I never wanted to. Like, yeah. Guess who I really don't want to be a part of? You know what I mean? Like, guess who I really don't want to like be around?
As an aside, I want to say, in case we haven't addressed this yet, I think that Wills's beard is an upgrade. I know many people are mixed on it. I think he looks. It's been a minute, but now it's like regular. Or whoever trims it for him has learned how to like trim it properly, and I'm really happy that he never indulged in like a full comb over because he's obviously losing his hair. Like, I feel like his look. Yeah. I feel like whoever is in charge of that for him has gotten it down.
No, he's doing good. I'm feeling it. Yeah, he looks good for what it is, for what we have to work with.
At least an A- for you, Wills. At least an A-. Yeah.
For someone who's probably inbred, like, yeah.
But he's weathering it. I mean, you got to hand it to Wills. He's surrounded by a bunch of fucking kooks. I mean, his dad, the slut queen, the death of his mother, his brother leaving, his wife getting cancer, his uncle being a pedophile. Wills is just like, how am I Marilyn Munster in this bullshit? Why do I have to be the fucking normal one? But thank goodness.
Yeah. And I will say, the kids are so cute.
Oh, who? Kate and Will's kids?
His kids. Yeah. Like I'm looking at this picture of the three of them right now. I'm like, they're so little. They're like so adorable.
I did read something.
Oh my God, and George is so big now. They're like so grown up.
Yeah. We're going to be talking shit about them any minute.
Oh yeah. The podcast. Minute, any minute. Yep. 100%. No, we're going to like, when George gets,
do we have an 18-year-old rule or can we do like 14 on this podcast?
We've never, I mean, we followed one yet, but like when George gets internet access, like it's over. Because he's going to be like the cuntiest bitch alive and it's going to be incredible.
Mm-hmm. I did read somewhere online that now that Andrew is not the Duke of York, I don't know what that position means in the grand scheme of things, but that they might make George the Duke of York now. given that Prince Andrew held the title beforehand, I'm assuming that there are zero duties associated with this title.
Yeah, sure.
So he can probably handle it as practice to be king, I suppose. Goodbye, Prince Andrew, which I thought we said like 5 times, but.
No, we always do. And then he's the La Cucaracha is what he is. You know what I mean? Like he just keeps coming back.
Yeah, there's nowhere to put it. And unfortunately, like it does look like his ex-wife, Sarah, the former Duchess of York, is going, she might be suffering in a legal way from all of this stuff. Like people are using the C word as in complicit with her now. Like she's known all along, which like kind of hard for her not to. So
no, it's like, that's not good. You know what I mean? I don't like, should she suffer? Clap if you think she should suffer. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't, Wendy. I don't, but I laughed at it. I didn't know it was an actual thing. I swear to God, I don't know.
Oh my God, one of the best Wendy Williams clips of all time. When you see it, you'll be like, oh yes, I've seen this 9 bajillion times, but I don't even know what she's talking about. And she's like, and then this happened. And then she just goes, should she suffer?
I do know what you're talking about. Okay, now I do.
And
know
then she goes, clap if you think she should suffer. And that's like one of the like.
Someone posted video of her in either a Walmart or a Target the other day, zipping at light speed on her wheelchair down the main aisle. She did not look happy to be caught in that getup. But you know what I love about her? Wendy has fully, through this whole process, understood and said in interviews, like, I talked shit about so many people for such a long time. I'm not begrudging anyone to talk shit about me. And I know a lot of people think I deserve it.
Like it's my turn.
Yeah, she's like, you can think whatever you want, but I'm still doing whatever I want to get the fuck out of this home and get my life back.
Period.
And get my money. Like she's also pretty straightforward. Maybe Wendy Williams should be the Queen of England, actually. Very decisive, very no ego, very, well, give her the job. Give her the job.
They'd be like, hello.
How do you say how you doing with the British accent? How you doing?
How are you doing? They'd be like,
all right, now serious now. Shall we do our theme to break up the seriousness of this next topic of conversation? I jumped over.
This is what you're doing to me right now. This is what you're making me do.
I am making you do this. We're going to have this discussion.
Britney watch.
Oh, baby. Hi, y'all. So it's a little bit early, so I was flatter than normal.
Yeah, we can't scream at the top of our
lungs.
Where
like to begin with Britney Jean Spears this week. So Kevin Federline releases his audiobook, his audiobook, Death to all of them.
His elongated voice memo. Yeah.
I mean, this guy's a piece of shit, number one. Like, no, as far as pieces of shit go, this is like the barge. Yeah. He's a barge of actual shit. Among the accusations, he walked in on her making out with women. He caught her in a room with the children holding a knife in the middle of the night. She was doing cocaine while she was breastfeeding. Just all of these really unnecessary things that he probably could have addressed with her in like a text. But instead, he decided to release a book very shortly and coincidentally after the child support payments have run out because his kids are adults.
Thank you. P.S. Thank you for starting off this rant on the right side of history.
Okay, well, the wrong side.
Half nervous.
The wrong side includes you shouldn't be doing coke when you're breastfeeding, but I digress.
No, sure. No, I mean,
her body, her choice. So who am I to say? Maybe those kids got shit done a lot quicker. Who knows?
We're sick. P.S.
She posts a multi-page response, which is truly like if you were never on Britney's side before, even a little bit, if you read these, you will be, because it's sort of heartbreaking where she talks about how he treated her and why she has to go through this at this point in her life. Kevin Federline is he was irredeemable before, but now he's a true garbage person who, if you see him, you should legally be allowed to like spit in his face, I think, regardless of what you think about Britney. It's just like, fuck this guy, man. So many other things happened with her. As if that wasn't enough in a week of Britney Jean Spears, she posts a photo of a man that she's had hanging in her bedroom for 10 years on Instagram. She said she doesn't know who he is, but she likes his look. Have we identified this man?
It was one of the guys from some band.
Was it the lead singer of Spin Doctors, like Rebecca told us?
I think so. I believe everything Rebecca says, so yes. But like, I feel that she's posted this before. Am I wrong?
Who knows? I don't know. I am not as encyclopedic about her Insta as you probably are, but she also takes shit down a lot. I noticed that she curates that page. Like, you might think she's nuts, but she doesn't leave anything up for long. She takes it down and makes sure that we see only what she wants us to see. In another post, she talked about a scent that she's coming out with, a new scent. Did you see this?
Love that.
No idea. No idea.
Fantasy 2.0.
Whatever.
Curious 2.0.
Is there a new single attached? This is what I want.
She really did back in the day. Like, she was a pioneer of the like celebrity perfumes.
She was
like,
one of the first.
Those, remember those like
stars?
commercials?
Yep.
Yeah. Like, those were great.
And in another post, which is a little more concerning, she was going on, it was one of her page after page string of consciousness writings, and she did say that she has suffered from brain damage. Did not intimate how that happened or how long ago, but obviously people are concerned. And that's the beauty of Britney Jean Spears, is that every time she tries to tell people not to worry about her, we double down on that, because you can't. Not brain damage. I mean, not before Halloween. What are we doing here?
That's our relationship with her. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, she's like, here's this unhinged thing. And we're like, yeah, like that's what it is.
She's turning into that aunt who you absolutely love, but dread every time she rings the doorbell. It's just like, oh, Aunt Brittany.
You're like, what fresh hell is going to befall me today?
When I open this door, when I open this Instagram page, how are you going to ruin my day? How are you going to do this?
Yeah.
Take a break.
Zila. Yeah. Never forget.
How could we? It's still her name. She's still listed as Zila River Red.
That's her. That's Zila. Zila's the one posting this guy was in my bedroom or whatever, like the picture of him.
Zila's been fucking him for 8 years, probably.
Yeah,
Britney has no idea.
Like, spiritually.
Oh, now it sounds like we're making fun of schizophrenia. We're not. It's just these are jokes. These are jokes.
No, but she said she's Zila. Like, I'm going off her words. Is what I'm.
These are jokes from a comedy podcast where I wake up in the morning and before getting out of bed, I go on Instagram. I look at the 3 men that I'm stalking, and then Britney Spears. I am 54 years old, and this is my life.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Kevin Federline. You basically hit every point that I wanted to, Dominic. I was coming to defend her, and I'm glad that I didn't have to.
I've had a few days to think about it, and I never want to offend you. And I know how you feel about this. And I still think she should be under like a semi-conservatorship, but I'm not going to get into that.
She needs help. As I've said a million times, she needs serious care, period. Now, is that care her family putting her under lock and key and forcing her to work to make them all money so that they can live off of her as the parasite, the pieces of fucking dog shit that they are? No. For Kevin Federline to put this book out now is exactly what you said. Now that all the child support payments have run dry, he has absolutely no career. He has never done anything with his life ever since being with her. His one song that he made, blah, blah. If all
are you
these things
speaking
are so
of the giant hit Popo Zao?
Popo Zao is what I am talking about. Literally vomit in my mouth. He has had all of this time to speak up about this forever. But of course, he's doing it now because no one is paying his bills anymore. And now he needs a check.
Yep.
And it is so infuriating to me that he's trying to act like everyone should be so concerned about her because of this thing that she did 20 years ago. Yeah.
Kevin,
the kids are now 18. You know what I mean?
They're adults.
Like, it's we're way past that. Like, that happened to, like, we're so past that. Now we're dealing with Zila. You know what I mean? Like,
now you talk about,
do you even know who Zila is? No, you don't.
Britney took your shit. So, Zila will not. You better be careful.
Yeah. And so
she could sue him. I wonder if that's even an option. I don't mean to cut you off, but I wonder if she is just like, you can't say these things about me.
I want Gloria Allred to be like, hi, Britney, let's do like, what's up? And then them just like decimate him. Like, I want him under so much litigation that he is just like, he retracts the book.
Does it have to be Gloria Allred, or can we get like Judge Marilyn Millian from People's Court to handle this? I need someone.
I know you do. You know I love the People's Court.
I love Marilyn as well. Her. I had enough of Gloria Allred in the past 40 years. She's done her job.
She's the first person that came to mind. So But like, I need a lawyer, like a shark lawyer, to just like destroy him because he's not going to have any proof of all these things. And I wonder if it's only an audiobook and not a published book, simply because legally he can't do that because no publisher will let him do it.
I don't know.
Does that make sense?
It does, but I don't know. I really don't know the ins or outs. Are you going to listen to it? Because I don't have plans to.
I'm going to find a way to do it for free where I give him no money at all. And then listen to it for all of us. Okay. Like, no one listen.
That bullet. Thank you.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. No, I know. I'm so upset. Aren't I so burdened by this thing that I'm like chomping at the bit to do?
Not all heroes were.
I want to, period. And then I think maybe we'll do a bonus episode or something where then I like give a debrief.
I feel a PowerPoint presentation coming on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, please, my dream. But like, I want to listen to it so that I know it, and then I'll disseminate the information to all of us. So like, so he gets like one click and that's it.
I have two things to say before we move on to this next incendiary story.
Okay.
Kevin Federline, I'm only going to give you one piece of advice, son. You've been getting a lot of money for a very long time. You're back in the public eye by your own doing. I just want to suggest an Alberto VO5 or some sort of hot oil conditioning treatment. I do not understand why you look so fucking greasy. You've been made a millionaire by someone who did all the work. Look like it. Look like it.
Do what? Take a shower.
If you're going to be a sugar baby, look like one. Present yourself properly if you want us to believe the fucking word you're saying, you asshole. The second thing is, Britney, I highly suggest hiring Matlock. Kathy Bates as Matlock. I believe she's recognized in both New York and California courts now. That's the bitch to hire. That's it. She will not stop. She will get you what you need.
Can't you imagine? Like
Kathy Bates is an actual lawyer.
Charges.
If Kathy Bates was a lawyer, I'd sue everybody. I'd sue you if Kathy Bates was a lawyer. Just
for the hell of it. just to get things going. Yeah. I agree with you so wholeheartedly. Do
you see that we've come to an agreement for the past almost 3 years? We've had a difference about Britney, but
we've fought about
Kevin Federline has brought us together.
Yeah.
Wow. He's really, someone should give him the Nobel Peace Prize.
A piece of shit. Yeah,
the Nobel
really
Peace
that
of
horrible
Shit Prize.
Yeah.
Okay. So someone who's not suing, but who is very, very pissed is a hot little piece of ass named Ohani Noah, who was Jennifer Lopez's first husband. We're talking about during the 90s. J-Lo on her Clit of the Spider-Woman press tour has been going to Andy Cohen and Howard Stern, and they're asking about her relationships. And she is giving the answers you would think she would give in light of everything we've had to put up with from her over the past couple of years, where she's just saying, I'm not discussing my relationship anymore. She was on Watch What Happens Live, and Andy was like, the Bravoverse wants me to finally ask you about the Madison LaCroix, A-Rod, blah, blah, blah. And she was very quiet for about 10 solid seconds. I really was on the edge of my seat waiting to see what she was going to say. She just said, I'm not talking about it anymore. And the audience clapped and supported, and yes. Which
PS, if it was false, she'd be like, no. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you would just be like, yeah, no, blah, blah. She was like, should I say this? And then she was like, no, let me not do it. For once, let me shut the fuck up. And so I was like, oh yeah, that means it's 100% happened.
Yeah, I think she really might be done discussing it. I don't think that'll happen for long. I mean, she loves love. She loves to be on someone's arm. And by the way, ain't nothing wrong with that. Do you? But it's just when you're a public figure, it's going to be thrown in your face because that's just the way the game goes. We didn't make these rules. But then she goes on Howard Stern, and Howard still, I know did we talk about him on the Patreon or something recently where we're
something recently. Yeah. Oh, what New Year's Eve? The New Year's Eve episode that hasn't come out yet.
Still the greatest interviewer out there. Still just gets her. He just looks at her and says, do you think you've been fully loved by any of these people? And she pauses for dramatic effect and says, no. She goes, I just don't think any of the people that I was with were capable of loving the way I do. Well, her first husband crawls out of mothballs and basically writes a 3-page Instagram that says, "Excuse me, bitch." And basically says, and I'm quoting here, you're the one who couldn't keep it in your pants. You've been married 4 times. Take some of the fucking blame. Well, he didn't say the fucking blame. I said that. But he's just this guy's had enough. Like he's had enough of being like this fourth member of 98 Degrees that nobody talks about.
Yeah, sure.
And he's just like, bitch, fuck you. Like I gave you everything. You stepped out on me. Do not lump me in with Benjamin Louise Affleck. How dare you? I was actually kind of shocked because there was no pun intended, there was no beating around the bush in the stuff he wrote. And if you Google his statements, he's basically like, fuck you. She has not responded to him at all. I suspect they don't have any
She shouldn't. I don't want her to.
But I will say this, were I he, I don't know, you can tell me later which was right.
Sure.
Were I this person, I think I might be pissed too, even though the marriage ended literally decades ago. He's still a name. He's still on her wiki. Like we still know who he is. And when she gets up there and says, nobody loved me. And he's like, hold it. Don't talk shit about me. Talk about your famous husbands. Don't talk about me that way.
Yeah. This is the problem though, is that like, he hasn't done anything. Much like Kevin Federline, he hasn't really done much like in the public eye since. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, even if he comes out and is like, wait, hold on, I want to like clear my name. It just, to me, looks like he's like trying to grab any little morsel of spotlight.
No, it is. It's unfortunate. I feel like I kind of know. I understand him though. Like, cause you haven't heard from him before. And I think if he's spoken, he's always been cordial and nice about it.
And that's the thing is he's like, oh, I've like actually not dogged you out to the press like ever. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's like, I actually have like stood by you even though we ended whatever and we were like,
and you're lumping me in with all these numbnuts, right? Yeah. Like I'm not.
Yeah, this Phoenix back tattoo wearing piece of shit that's like,
like, can you imagine being associated with that? Good Lord.
For real.
Puffy faced freak. But he's like, you were married 4 times and had a million relationships in between. Like he does not hold back. He's had it. Ohani Noah has had it. So, Jennifer, to quote the great William Louis Smith, keep my fucking Ohani Noah's name out of your fucking mouth.
Goodbye to you. I will say, though, her outfit on Stern, incredible. Yeah. She wore like a tie with the shirt and the jeans. Like I was like perfect. Mm-hmm. Absolutely perfect. Her like cosplaying like a sexy lawyer. Mm-hmm. Like I was like, love it, but like casual. Like,
her whole Clit of the Spider-Woman press tour, the stylist is A+ for all of it. They've done a great job.
Even that dress that I said was the most hideous thing that's ever been made, but yet I love.
But we'll never forget it. The one where it looks like she's shown up on the red carpet dressed as the Eye of Sauron or whatever that is from like
it literally is the Eye of Sauron. It really is. Oh, I loved it. But no, that outfit was to die for.
But then that's her gift. Like, we will not forget it. We've never forgotten the Versace dress, and it's been nearly 25 years, and it's one of the most famous dresses in history.
If not the most famous dress. Mm-hmm.
Not since Eve's Fig Leaf have we had something as memorable as that Versace navel-bearing dress.
Never, ever forget when. Who was it? Was it Whitney Houston who leaned over and like tapped her boobie?
No, you're thinking about Diana Ross tapping Little Kim's titty on the VMA. Oh,
you're right.
Yes,
you're right.
Because Kim came out in an it was an off the shoulder gown, a dress that your outfit or whatever,
and then like had like a
was
little
just out
pasty.
with a pasty, and that was the outfit for that tit was a pasty.
Why aren't we doing that?
And Diana Ross came out and like hit her tit. I'm so glad you brought it up because it brings me joy to even think about that moment. It was so hilarious.
Why is not like, can't like Taint McRae have a dress like that? You know what I mean? One of these young ones, like, can't one of them do that? That would be so fun.
Really, I'm not shaming anyone, but I almost feel like now everyone is so slutty that would the needle even move if someone did that?
Would we even care? We'd be like, okay. Yeah. We'd be
like when Lil' Kim did it was so shocking. And like having Diana Ross's blessing that it was okay to be like funny and slutty was a moment. That was the moment of the year for me. I'm so happy you brought that up. I'm going to watch that clip.
No, you're right. You're right though. You're right though. It's like everyone's like showing their fucking like vagina and like penis every single 5 seconds. And if you go on Instagram, all it is now people like selling their bodies.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It just is. And that's not a yes or that's not a negative or a positive. It's just like I'm seeing a dick neck and like all kinds of shit.
Well, I'll tell you,
I'm like, what's happening?
I am still, I am out in these streets. And when I'm on these dating apps, everyone's always like, hey, share your Instagram with me. I'm like, no, I'm not going to show up here with my last name, pictures of my mother, my business partner.
God, no.
No, getting any
No.
of that. So I've been told that I should be setting up a second Instagram.
A Finsta.
Yeah, which is just like pictures of, like something that would benefit a dating app. Not two,
all your like
not two
posed
faggots
photos,
talking about J-Lo, which is what my Instagram is mostly.
Not literally, clitorally this right now, but like, you like doing like, I'm like,
apparently this
like
doesn't give people boners. Us sitting here talking about Prince Andrew, which I'm a little confused.
and like denouncing Kevin Federline and like bringing him down to the studs. Yeah, that's not hot to you, all of you.
What's wrong?
Men?
What happened to gay men?
So stupid.
All right, speaking of gay men, I think I already know your opinion on this, but we're going to talk about it anyway. I wanted to bring it up last week, but we didn't get a chance. Snoop Dogg recently has been raked over the coals. Oh God, Chris's eyes are
already mad.
He took his kids to a movie and there was a lesbian Pixar couple in there and he said he was afraid to go to the movies. Well, I feel like Snoop Dogg, who I never believed, honestly, was truly homophobic because he's too up in it. I don't personally believe that you host a show with Martha Stewart and also hate gay people. I think it's hard to do. I think he's a dummy, but he's partnered with GLAAD. He's released a new song. I think it's called Love is Love, but now he is like over the top trying to apologize for what he said and let people know that he doesn't believe it. I guess he has an animated show. I don't know where it airs, but there's now a same-sex couple on this animated show that he produces.
What?
But he's doing like the absolute most. And I will say the reason that I'm impressed by it is that in music, in hip hop, in rap, it is still, unfortunately, a pretty homophobic arena. There's not a lot of people who are out or comfortable being out there. So that's the only reason that I'm impressed. Obviously, when people go over the top with these apologies, you think it's for publicity. It seems as genuine as the phoniness of this could be, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't, he doesn't need the money at this point. Like he could die probably a near billionaire today if he wanted to, but it seems mildly genuine. And I'm appreciative that he's as public about this apology as he's doing. Like, he's not pussyfooting around anything. So even if he doesn't mean it, he's letting you know that people should be left alone. Being left alone is like 80% of it these days. So just leave everybody alone.
Yes. I know
there's always an eyebrow raised. I know. And I get it.
It's because there's a part of me that's like, no, you don't get to actually make these statements and then be like, just kidding. What was I saying? Like, what? Like, I love gay people. There's something about it where it's like, no, you were right the first time. And then we had to call you out on it. Like, you were right as in you were saying what you felt the first time.
Yes.
But then at the same time, I'm like, any support we can get, we'll get. You know what I mean? Like, there's a part where I'm like, we're kind of hurting right now for support. And so that's good. Whereas like humongous networks are canceling things, or like, like all kinds of companies and all kinds of things are like throwing us by the wayside that they like they were like Pride Parade partners that no longer are there because it's not fun anymore. So it's like, there's a part of me that's like, all press is good press kind of a thing. But then there's also a part of me that's like, no, you don't get to do this.
Better this than him saying nothing or him saying I have a right to my opinion or blah, blah, blah. Like,
no, you're right. And then I'm like, why am I policing what he's doing? Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm so sick of everyone, like we've talked about this before, but like, I'm so sick of like everyone policing everyone's actions in the sense of like, well, here's why that's not right and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, shut up. Who cares? Like, you know what I mean? And then I'm doing that to him. Right. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, wait, let me shut the fuck up.
I like that he corrected it because when the language is like, everyone can feel any way they want, as long as it doesn't incite bad will or violence or shit against anyone else. But to come out and say that he's quote unquote scared about something, that's something that I'm glad he corrected, because that can be interpreted like a weak-minded person will be like, well, I knew it. I should be scared as well. And you're not. But you know what? As a gay man, I'm happy to take a couple of bullets so you all leave trans people alone for a minute. Like, let them regroup. Like, have a croissant and a breath before you start coming at them again. So sure, we'll take all the bullets the way they have for us. But I'm truly glad that he's, no matter how performative, it's still like a step in the right direction. So
no, it's like better than not. It's better than him being like, I'm conservative. Like, now it's like, I'm like, here's a MAGA hat. Where'd I get that hat? Yeah.
What I need him to do is tongue kiss Diddy when he gets pardoned. And then I'll believe him. I'll believe him. Sure. That just made me throw up in my mouth a little bit.
That's an ally. That's an ally.
Denise Richards' ex arrested in court for spousal abuse. He's just showing up there thinking it's going to be another day, and he leaves in handcuffs. A true douchebag. He does get bailed out of jail, posts smiling thumbs up pictures later on that evening with his bail bondswoman to make fun of it. So that's, to me, is an admission of guilt. I don't care. Like, if that's how you're handling that situation, it doesn't look the way you think it does. I feel like I met Denise Richards for the very first time, the real one, in the Charlie Sheen documentary. I love her. I hope she never appears on Beverly Hills again, because it is not the genre for her.
No.
And I'm happy. This guy seems like a total dick. And she's alleged for months about abuse. The arrest itself, I think, is a little bit wonky because he was arrested without anyone interviewing him, apparently, about these allegations. So there might be a little problem in having these charges stick, but quite a white hot moment in this trial as they sort of suss out who's getting what money there.
And again, speaking of people that are living off of their wife that works for the entire family.
When's his audiobook coming out?
His entire family lives in that house with him now. Him, his brother, and his parents, and that he wants spousal support from her.
Well,
and his whole family is hitching their wagon to Denise. And he let them into the house to be like, look at this mess that she left me. And it's like their house looks like a pigsty, as my mother would say. And I was like, yeah, because you live there, you fucking piece of shit. Oh, hate him.
I'll tell you what, if I come back as a woman and a rich woman, I'm not telling anyone that I have money. I'm gonna keep everything in Swiss bank accounts. Can you imagine this guy treats you like shit, sponges off of you, abuses you, and then you have to face the prospect of funding his family,
paying him the
fuck out of here. John Chu teases this week that there's a voice, an unbelievable voice, voicing the Cowardly Lion, that fans are going to fall down. And every group chat in America is like, is it Barack Obama? Is it Wendy Williams? Is it Judy Garland's corpse? Like, who's voicing the Cowardly Lion in Wicked 2?
The number of people that were like, if it is James Corden, I will not see this movie.
Where did that rumor start?
I don't know, because it's just like, it does fit so well in the sense of like, he would be the voice of this Cowardly Lion. Like, it makes sense. And so everyone across the board was like, if it is James Corden, I swear to you, like, this will ruin the movie. Like, this is going to ruin the tour.
I love that the love for Wicked is so strong that there's a James Corden murder-suicide pact associated with it. Like, if you put him in this movie.
Everyone sent it to me. It was like, is this going to be James Corden? And I was like, I really hope not.
We had so many. I mean, I was really thinking Barack Obama was my ultimate choice. I was like, that's going to be, I'm trying to think of someone who we wouldn't think of.
I know, but his voice is too iconic to be the Cowardly Lion.
And then it ends up being, this is the problem. It ends up being someone we all love, but it wasn't someone that I didn't need a fainting sofa. It is Coleman Domingo, the incredibly talented and lovely and gorgeous and fashionable two-time Oscar nominee Coleman Domingo. But we were just like, oh, okay. John Chu said we weren't going to believe it. Of
course.
Like, we believe this. He's a working actor. Sure.
Yeah, and everyone loves him, and he's a perfect person to put in.
I think John Chu did a disservice to Coleman Domingo by hyping it up like Jesus Christ was going to voice the Cowardly Lion, and it was just Coleman Domingo, which again we're happy about. But come on now.
Well, and here's the problem: is like when they are like, oh, here's this thing that's gonna here's this surprise. Like, the internet can't have that anymore, because it's like then every single person alive has to do like a beautiful mind to be like. One time, John Chu said this person's name, and you know what I mean? People are out of their minds. And so it turned into like, if this is James Corden, I'm not going to see the movie. And so they had to then announce him as the voice because people were running away with it in a bad way.
We can't have nice things ever. We just can't. No. I was on the NewYorkPost.com. There's an article on there. See all the looks from Devil Wears Prada 2. I don't want to see all the looks from Devil Wears Prada 2. I want to see the movie next year. Stop following Meryl Streep.
I want to see them on the silver screen. Is where I want to see
this
them.
Movie.
My God. But yeah, no, but we're happy. We are happy about
Coleman Domingo. But just don't tell me it's going to be like the ghost of Jacqueline Onassis and then come up with Coleman Domingo. Like, it's unfair to Coleman Domingo. Is it not?
Yeah.
Coming up on the a la carte, we haven't talked about Lori Loughlin's divorce yet or impending divorce.
No,
None other than Uncle Jesse, John
me too.
Stamos, has come to her defense trashing the ex-husband.
Oh, brother.
Right. I mean, could you, by the way, could you imagine if Uncle Jesse and Aunt Becky got together in real life?
If they got together.
That's the way to save Lori Loughlin's career. That's the fix. Oh, we are fixing her coming up, aren't we? Are we
Well, she's on the list. She's on the list.
I already have my fix. Good luck topping her fucking John Stamos.
Yeah, that is, I mean, honestly,
I want you to fix me.
To me. Yeah.
We're going to talk about Kristen Bell getting dragged on the internet for something she posted about her anniversary with her husband, Dax Shepard. We'll talk about the daytime Emmys. We'll talk about what's up with Rachel Ray. And we're going to talk about Brandy. Everyone's so excited for the Brandy and Monica reunion tour. And on night 3, she just leaves the stage halfway through, doesn't come back, and they send everyone home. Kind of weird. Before we leave, Christopher, I will hand this over to you. I believe we have congratulations in order for podcast mother Chelsea Devantez this week.
We absolutely do. Our podcast mother, Chelsea Devantez, her debut feature film just was announced in Deadline, and star-studded Ashley Park in the movie. And I love Ashley Park so much. And a lot of the guests here were on set, and they said it was so much fun. And I cannot wait to see it. And I'm so proud of her, and I'm so excited.
Congratulations, Chelsea.
Don't we have a win to discuss? Don't we
if you have those results before we discuss the win, so everyone knows, the name of the movie is called Basic. I don't know when it's coming out, but it does have Ashley Park, Leighton Meester is in it as well.
Yes. Yeah. No, her and Chelsea are really good friends. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense.
So this is a big deal. Congratulations, Chelsea. And now, which of the two of us will be receiving congratulations? People loved our episode last week about Camila Cabello. People love Ace and Caitlin.
In my opinion, the Pre-Fixe and then the episode were two of our best.
So this is probably a contender for the Fixie for episode of the year then.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
I think so.
Those nominations, by the way, are coming out. They'll be announced the week before Thanksgiving. And let's just say that some of these categories are being hotly contested. There are a lot of... It's been a pretty fucked up bonkers year. And so the nominees, you will draw breath. It's really going to be a special Fixie Awards this year. Anyway, I'll stop talking. Christopher, tell us who won the vote last week to fix Camila Cabello.
With 62% of the votes.
Oh my God, that's a mandate.
I'm the winner. Finally, thank God. I needed a win so desperately. I've been losing so badly every single week.
Congratulations. Now, I hate to ask, but I do smoke a lot of weed. What was your idea again?
What were our fixes? Yeah. I knew you. I was almost going to run through them. I said that she needs to do a pop album full of messy features. And that we're like with Fifth Harmony and like Shawn Mendes and all the people that like she are her enemies, like to be on her album. And you said that you wanted her to do a mature makeover where she got rid of the bangs and then did acoustic pop-ups in smaller clubs so people could understand that she's a good singer.
Oh, you deserved it. Congratulations on what was I thinking? I probably just, it sounds like I gave up because you always go first. And sometimes when I know that you should win, I feel a little wounded and I just don't give it my best. But that was my best, unfortunately.
No, but she was hard. She was a hard fix, though.
And that's it. We'll see you on the a la carte. And we love you. Have a lovely week. Oh, is next week would we even call it a Halloween episode? I mean, we're not going to dress up or anything, are we?
No, we wouldn't call it a Halloween episode.
Come for our non-Halloween episode. Who are we fixing this week? Oh God, we're fixing malls this week. I totally forgot about that. In a departure, we're fixing an institution rather than a person. And if you like it, we'll do more of it. If you don't, I'm sure you'll tell us and you'll never hear of us doing it again. So we love you. See you in a minute after these vital messages.
All right, Dominic, our guest comes by way of one of our podcast mothers, Chelsea Devantez. I this year found out that her and I have the same birthday, by the way. Are you a Cancer or a Leo?
Okay, I'm a Leo. What about you?
I'm a Cancer by 15 minutes.
Okay, I was born so late at night, and in California, the sun had moved to Leo.
Yeah, same day, different sign. It's Traci Thomas from the Stacks Podcast.
Oh, yes, that's me. Thank you for having me. I love a birthday twin. You know, we share our birthday with Prince George, Bob Dole,
Selena Gomez.
David Spade and Danny Glover.
And Selena. And none of those people are as important as Selena Gomez or the late, great Alex Trebek.
What?
Yes. This is a strange one because we usually obviously do celebrities. We have done like networks or businesses or, fictional characters sometimes.
Mhm.
But people over and over and over again have said like fix shopping malls, like fix a mall. Like, and I feel that people of all of our ages in this, in this conversation right now, we grew up going to the mall. And like before cell phones and social media and all this stuff, it's like you went out and hung out at the mall. And like, that was fun. You know what I mean? To just walk around the stores and shop and that was it. Anything.
We didn't buy anything there. We just hung out in the parking lot. We hung out at the food court. I believe that of the three of us, I was probably the age of peak mall hangouts during the 80s on Long Island, which is why I'll only say mall and not mall, as some of you
just said mall
Leos
twice.
are saying. Yeah, mall is the way I will say it. But it was, on Long Island, for those of you who grew up there with me, it was the Green Acres Mall when I was in middle school, and then it was Roosevelt Field. And then I moved to Suffolk County, and it was all about Smith Haven Mall. We'd pretend we were going to a movie, and we would just go to the Orange Julius. That was it. And the Auntie Anne's pretzels. Those were the two sort of main ones.
Are we playing the middle name game? There's really no one to there's nothing to really do.
I really thought about it, and I was thinking about who invented the mall? Like who was there a person and we could guess that person's name? Oh, well, look at this. A man named Victor Gruen, who was born Victor Grunbaum in Vienna, Austria in 1903. And this gentleman was an Austrian-American architect, best known as a pioneer in the design of shopping malls in the United States. I bet his family must be dying right now that we're actually mentioning him on the world's third best pop culture podcast, which now also fixes malls. We're also doing suburban planning as well.
And does Zodiac, too. We also do Zodiac.
And we're an astrological podcast,
with opposing signs. Absolutely.
The Daily could never.
No, and won't. They'll try, but they won't. So he was born in Vienna in the nation that was then known as Austria-Hungary on July 18th, 1903. So who comes before
He's a Cancer.
Sign?
He's a Cancer.
He is still a Cancer. He's a Cancer. Mm-hmm. Got it. Oh, that's right. Cancer, then Leo. Thank you.
Anytime.
Victor and Grunbaum are his biological, his written down first and last names.
Oh, God. What's this?
What is Victor Grunbaum, Mall Daddy Victor Grunbaum's middle name?
I'm going to go with Victor. Sheesh.
I'll give you a few more clues. Middle-class Jewish family, studied architecture.
I figured we were
at
going
the Vienna
Jewish.
Academy of Fine Arts.
Okay, this is just what's coming to me. I'm going to go with Leopold.
Okay, love that.
Okay.
I'm going to guess he's Austrian also.
Yes, Vienna, Austrian-American, but Austrian by birth.
I'm guessing he came to America in the 30s or 40s.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that my parents' best friends are Austrian.
Okay.
And is it Pepe? Is it Pepe?
What?
Pepe. Like Pepe.
Yo, I understand. I'm just, what a bizarre.
It's my dad's friend named Joe. His name is Joseph, but like his actual first name is Pepe. And that's like actually funny enough, like an Austrian name.
Is it?
Yes.
I wouldn't
about
have guessed that.
Or is that his last name?
No, I tried to lead you down a road by saying that he was Jewish because I thought maybe someone would end up
Moshe?
David.
It's
just
Shlomo.
David. It's David, which isn't exclusively Jewish, but it is. I would say we're over 51%.
But
Joshua could have been great. I was hoping to lead you to David or David, as my friend Mark pronounces his Jewish middle name.
Okay.
David Moshe. So just David. So to the Gruen and the Grunbaum families, you're welcome. I hope your great-great-grandfather's trending today because of fixing famous people. And we're going to try to update his work. Yeah, we're going to try to update his work now because that's the kind of arrogance that happens here. Where do we begin? What's your first memory of being in a mall? A mall.
Well, Dominic, what were the malls like in the 80s?
It was like a bar. It was like what the duplex is for us. Like if I have nothing else to do, I know that I could go by parking lot light number 4 and that my friends will be there outside the Macy's. That was our spot at the Smith Haven Mall in high school.
I actually had to go to Ohio to go to a real mall. The closest mall to me, because I'm from like Western Pennsylvania, was actually in Ohio.
Wow.
So we would cross the state line to go to the Southern Park Mall in Boardman, Ohio, and like walk around the mall, go to Hollister, go to American Eagle, go to Abercrombie. We were not an Abercrombie crew. We were Hollister through and through.
Mm-hmm.
And working out better for us now, isn't it? Huh?
Yeah.
Like, and then we would just, we would walk around. We would go to the food court and get like teriyaki chicken from like the Chinese place.
Mm-hmm.
You would just walk around and like shop and not buy anything because you had no money because you were 16 years old.
Yeah.
We would drive in my 1996 Honda Civic that had 396,000 miles on it. Still to this day is my favorite car I've ever had. And we would listen to Fergie's The Duchess that had just come out when I got and would sing Big Girls Don't Cry with the windows rolled down, not by hand, rolled down.
Okay, cranked
down. Thank you, Traci.
You're welcome.
And we would go to the mall and we were just like, what paint splattered jeans that were destroyed and ripped up, and what Hollister hoodie with fur on the inside with paint all over it was I going to buy that day. And it was the best time ever.
I love this. So I think I have a slightly different mall experience than both of you.
Okay.
I am from California. I'm from Oakland. But in California, we famously have a lot of outdoor malls.
Okay.
If you are familiar with the Grove in LA, there are these sort of shopping centers that are malls, but it's on a street. We call them the mall, but they're not the indoor. We had some indoor malls too, but they're not the Beverly Center that we have here in LA that is like a true mall.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm also a girl. And so my stores were like limited to in middle school. Definitely Claire's.
Sure.
Wet Seal. Huge. Wow. Huge. And we would go and
Charlotte Russe.
I think I was slightly older than that. Like
Okay,
I feel like that didn't hit
Traci,
until
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Because I feel like my strongest mall hang days were actually middle school. And we would go because my parents could like drop us, like a gang of us off, and then they could go do things, have food, whatever, and we could kind of roam. But by the time I was in high school and I was driving and we were driving, we didn't do as much mall hanging because we had freedom. But the mall provided us with like a diverse landscape of shops, you know?
Sure.
Like you said, you could go to China and get Chinese food. You could go to Mexico and get a quesadilla.
It was like Epcot, basically. The food court was Epcot.
Exactly.
Go to China.
Yeah. And so I feel like I have like the strongest mall memories, like middle school, early high school. We did have the Stone Ridge Mall, which was the indoor mall in Pleasanton. And that was like a huge mall, but it was probably like a 30 or 40 minute drive. And they had like Cheesecake Factory. They had all sorts of stuff happening.
Wow.
They had like, it was like a cross shape. So they had like the sit down restaurants and the big department stores in the four corners. And then, at the middle was sort of the central plaza with all the little carts and stuff. 2 floors, traditional mall. But my main go-to was the Walnut Creek Mall, which I'm sure has a real name, but we called it the Walnut Creek Mall. And that was the outdoor one.
We didn't really have outdoor malls on Long Island. I think like the closest, eventually when they started opening these outlet centers, that's sort of the closest thing to like, but that was, I was in my 30s when all that started. Like this was like at the turn of the century when all that stuff started.
Yeah. These outdoor malls, I think, are because the weather. We don't have snow. So it's like
100%.
not a pain in the ass to go.
You guys eat outside all year round.
All
like
year
for
long.
us, it's still like, the one when you pass that day in April where the maitre d' goes inside or outside, you go, ooh, like to eat at a restaurant.
It's a big day. Yeah.
It's a big day. It's like, that's how you know summer has started. But we had a lot of strip malls as well, like hundreds and hundreds of them. And I feel like, at least on Long Island, I feel like I'm safe in saying that like 70% of all the retail businesses exist in these strip malls, because every town on Long Island has, a dozen of them. They must. My first job was at a place called Naturally Yogurt in the TSS strip mall in Oceanside, New York on Long Beach Road.
You worked at a frozen
Naturally,
yogurt place?
It was at the height of the frozen yogurt fame and I was in high school, and this guy named Sal, who owned the place, was a friend of my dad's and hired me. I think I was 14. And very stupidly gave me a key to the establishment because he didn't just want like someone to work there. He was looking for someone he could pay cheaply who could just like
run the whole business
illegally, which is what I did. Except my friends and I would go into this store at midnight. And I remember like my friend Jacob just turning his head upside down and putting it under the yogurt machine and just turning on the soft serve and making a sundae in his actual mouth. But we had no cameras or camera phones to take pictures of it. So we lived at those places. We would just hang out and park and just hang out in people's cars.
I did work in retail. I worked at Lululemon, but in New York City. So not
brother. Okay, you're going right to the top, aren't you? How was that?
You know what? I also really enjoyed that job. I excelled at that. It was back in my like true fitness girly days. I was like 22, 23. I danced in a window at Lululemon, and Tom Colicchio, the chef guy.
No.
He came into the store, became my BFF. I have a picture of he and I. I'm like sweaty, and we're smiling because he was so taken by our incredible dance moves in the window. Tom Colicchio,
why were you dancing there? Why did you have to dance in the window? What is this, a strip club?
There was like some sort of like sometimes they would put people in the window, like on a spin bike or something.
Like doing the workout so you can see them in the clothing. They had
these new pants. They were like trying to make dance related. So me and this other girl like danced in the window for like an hour in Union Square in New York City. But you know, now Tom and I are super close. We text like every day.
Yeah, you're best friends.
Yeah.
Have you been invited to be a guest judge on Top Chef yet? No.
I didn't even know he did that. I literally know him from the day we met, and people were like, "Oh my God, that's Tom Colicchio,"
and you're like, "Okay."
I was like, "What's that?" But I think at the time he had those restaurants in New York City, like sandwich shop, like Witch or something they were called, and they were like these like grilled.
Yes,
so like I knew him as that. I did not realize he had
been on like 35 seasons of it.
No, like, for sure,
the most highly rated competition cooking show of all time.
Career skyrocket, and mine seems to not have followed the same path.
You should DM him the photo of the two of you and be like, "Remember this?" ?
Remember this, Tom?
He'll be like, "Hello." Okay, wait. I never worked at a mall, but I worked at an outlet mall, the Grove City Outlets, and I worked at BCBG Max Azria, which was like the dress place that had the dresses, and it was so much fucking fun.
That's where we went prom dress shopping. That was one of the places.
Many did. Many of my friends got prom dresses. My sister got a homecoming dress from there.
Do you know what BCBG stands for?
I do.
Okay, so I didn't, but what we used to call it was beautiful, cute, beautiful girl.
Oh my God.
Beautiful, cute, beautiful girl.
It actually stands for bon chic, bon genre, which means good style, good attitude.
Okay, beautiful, cute, beautiful girl is the same.
Is that true?
In English?
No, that is real. That actually is exactly what I had to learn that my first day.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never heard that before.
Yes.
I have learned something in our mall chat. I love that.
Everything I learned about being a producer, I learned doing that job. Like when people come out of they always wanted us to be like, "Oh my God, you're like amazing. Like you look so amazing. You look amazing. You're never cute. You look sexy. You look amazing." And I would wait for them to come out and I would be like, "What do you think of this?" And then I would let them tell me what they felt about it. And then I would like proceed accordingly versus just like trying to lay it on thick. And everyone loved me there because I was like the truth teller. I wouldn't be like,
that was like me at Lululemon.
If it was
the same
ugly,
shit.
I'd be like, I'm supposed to be like, "You look so good. Like this is the best thing you've ever worn." And I'm like, "You could do." I'm like, "Do you like this?" And they're like, "No." And I'm like, "I don't either." And then I'm like, "Get in there. Do next one." You know what I mean? And like, that was like sacrilege. Like you were not allowed to do that.
At what point did the customers get blackout drunk and you had to tuck them into bed? When were you trying to, sorry, what was that? No? Can we leave that in?
No, we can, but we can't.
Ryan, only leave that in, boost the volume on it. On my the last 10 seconds of what I said. That's very interesting. That really is very interesting. Yeah. I don't know if I could trace. I love that you can trace to there, like the beginning of the honing of those reality skills. I would think mine just came from like being a theater kid, I think.
So online shopping, like if we're treating malls as if they were a celebrity, online shopping really kicks up, and that's where we start to see a decline of their career.
Absolutely.
Malls, right?
And not even just that, but everything you do in a mall, you can do at home. And for historical perspective, the mall did become in the 90s, they tried to really like first class themselves. Like they tried to do like a reinvention of this because it wasn't just like a movie theater. It was a multiplex at every mall. And then every mall started getting that fancy, which we're going to use in quotes, the size of totem poles, fancy anchor restaurants. I'm speaking, of course, of your Ruby Tuesdays et al., which would like corner the mall and people would make
Cheesecake Factory.
Sure. And make a weekend night of being at the mall. Like it became an adult destination for a minute there. It just wasn't where kids hung out. But then with the gradual, being able to watch first run movies essentially at home, being able to buy everything from your phone, the invention of the phone,
but else I'm just like all this to say, like, it's like you would go into the mall and you could just walk around and it was an event to just go shopping at the mall, even if you bought one thing and it didn't really matter.
You know what we didn't mention? The store, at least for me, like the store to end all stores, Bath and Body Works.
Yeah.
Pearberry had a chokehold on the community.
Bath and Body Works was, well, now it's like mainly a candle place.
Yes, I've heard about this. I have to admit, I have not been back probably since I was in high school, but they had that warm vanilla sugar scent that like came and took over. It was like a holiday scent for a while.
That's a candle now, basically.
I believe it. Yeah. I would buy that for sure.
It smells like shit in there. It always has.
Oh, it's terrible. No,
I would walk
in. It's a migraine waiting to happen. It just
smelled so cheap in there all
That was the Pearberry.
That was the terrible. But you know what I love? I love when a mall is set up like let's just say a pentagram. Why not? When at the end of each spike is just another giant department store. Like I miss giant department stores. And where the hell was I the other day? I was in Boston and we walked, we were at a mall and I can't remember if it was a Macy's or a Bloomingdale's. It had been a while since I was in a department store and I entered that first floor and I felt like that someone had wrapped a warm perfume blanket around me because as a kid, I don't know why. I love the smell of all those expensive, and we'll use those in quotes, perfumes melding together on in the ladies' cosmetics section that is on the first floor of every department store. I love that smell. I absolutely love it. Bath and Body Works, no. It was like that smell. It was the Temu version of that smell is what it was. Yeah.
There's a song in the Legally Blonde, the musical, that's literally about how much she loves department stores. And it's like a beautiful ballad, but it's about like her she basically like gives the like nerdy guy that she eventually falls in love with like a makeover and they go into a department store. And it's like a beautiful ballad about how beautiful this place is and how she's going to make him like a new person. And it's really funny.
I love that.
Yeah. And like, remember like Britney Spears's like first concerts were like at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is my story for you guys about the mall.
Okay.
So when I was a kid, I was a dancer and I danced at this like dance company.
Yeah. Hence later Lululemon in the window. Yeah.
Exactly.
We'll never forget that for the rest of my life.
Really iconic work. My career, like
I'm
Tom
obsessed with it. No, it
went
is
right
iconic.
through the roof. Right?
It is iconic.
Well, I'm going to tell you where I started.
Tom Traci.
You've never seen body rolls like I have. Okay. Let me just tell you. But one of my dance studios that I danced with, we would do these like trips every year and we would go to another country and they would dance. And I joined the studio when I was older in high school. So I only got to go on one trip and it was a trip to Cancun, world destination. But they had like gone to China before. They had like gone to Australia. They'd gone crazy places. But part of the trip is that we dance somewhere. And we got to dance in the center of a mall in Cancun, Mexico.
Love it.
To like Pop by NSYNC.
What was that experience like? Since you and Britney and like NSYNC have all done the same thing.
Again, other people who have had careers that kind of took off from the same place as mine. It's weird. I don't know how come I didn't quite go the same direction, but I don't think that says anything about me. It's like systemic racism probably.
Yeah.
But we had a bus and we all had our matching red, white, and blue like tracksuit outfits on. And then we had like our jazz sneakers, which for those of you who were dancers in the early aughts, late 90s, the really chunky ones, the Capezio split sole dance sneaker.
Sure,
really important.
Yep.
And then we wore these little like dresses that were almost ice skatery, built-in leotard, flesh colored tight. You take off your thing, you'd have the full hair and makeup, hair half up, half down. And then you would just like get it. And people would just be in the mall looking at you. And I feel that I remember thinking, God, we're amazing. And also at the same time thinking, I can't believe that people would want us to come from America to dance in a mall.
A random mall.
Like I could do this at home.
It's very, like you could just go to your local mall and like do it.
Taken a 20-minute drive. The rest of the trip
in the late
great.
80s, there were mall tours. Like Debbie Gibson and New Kids on the Block and Tiffany were all on mall tours, like all over the country.
Destiny's Child did mall stuff.
Yeah, they all
probably did.
They all did. I mean, even later, like Ashley Simpson, when she's doing her reality show, when she's doing her autobiography album, she does a mall tour in it. And I remember her going down, like I vividly remember the like next time on the Ashley Simpson show, it's like her, Ryan Cabrera, her and her fucking loser parents going down a escalator. And then like as the public sees her, they start screaming and she gets up on the stage and starts performing. That was like 2005, 6.
Yeah.
Like that's like not 91, you know?
I think I was doing this in like 2002. But also correct me if I'm wrong. Not only is the mall like what kids did instead of being on their phones, but, and you would know your reality TV people, but didn't reality TV shows like Real World, early seasons of Project Runway, they would scout at the mall.
They would scout people at the mall.
Like there would be like auditions at the mall.
You're so right.
Like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to scroll Instagram and look for someone hot. It would be like, I'm going to go to the mall and walk up to people and be like, do you want to be on Real World?
Do you want to go to America's Next Top Model?
America's Next Top Model. That's what it was. It wasn't Project Runway. It was America's Next Top Model.
Yes,
Sorry.
America's Next Top Model. And like the Real World. Yeah, like they were at a mall and they like had the right look and they scouted them. Yes.
It was really like where the kids were in the same way, as you were saying, Dominic, like the phone is now like where the kids are.
Sure. Yeah, because like our entire planet right now is governed by all of us manically protecting ourselves from the 15% of the human population that is absolute shit. Like it has taken over every single thing that we do. I mean, it's like, is it a school shooting? Is it a terrorist on a plane? It's like everywhere. We don't go from point A to point B anymore, if you think about it, without all of these stopgaps that are in place to protect us from the small minority of people that are absolute shit. And we just didn't worry about that. I mean, I can remember many occasions coming home, my mother not even being nervous. It wasn't where the fuck were you? It was just like, oh, where were you? The mall with friends. Oh, okay. Was it fun? Sure. And that was it. Like there was no, I won't say that parents, they were ignoring their children, but we didn't feel as manic about helicoptering everybody all the time. It just didn't exist. And most of us turned out okay as a result. But like when Chris was talking about hanging in the woods, there was like a giant, like 6 foot in circumference or in diameter sewage pipe in a park in my town. My friends and I would just go in there and smoke cigarettes when I was a kid.
And like amongst sewage. We had
like a table and chairs set up in the town sewage pipe, which hadn't been used since the 50s. It was so dangerous. We would drive our bikes through a lake to get there, and it was like nobody cared. And the mall was the same thing. Like my parents never, I don't think that they ever felt like I was unsafe when I was hanging out at the mall because they just knew I was with my friends.
Yeah. Okay, let's fast forward to present day. Because when I think of a mall, every time I do go to the mall, even the shitty ass Newport Mall that's 10 minutes from my house, that's like in Newport, New Jersey, like in between Hoboken and Jersey City, and it's not a good mall. I'm still like, we're back, baby. You know what I mean? I'm like,
you think
I'm popping into Zara. No, just like me. I'm just saying, not the world, but just like I feel like I'm home. I'm popping into Zara. You know what I mean? Being like, what child made this shirt? And then I'm like, okay, let me move over to Bath and Body Works. I'm walking past Bath and Body Works to see if anything at Adidas is on sale. And then I'm going to, you know what I mean? Like if I need to go to Macy's that's been ransacked within an inch of its life, like I'm there. Like I have everything I need that's mall related. And like there's an AMC movie theater that I can go to there if I want to. I don't like to go to that one. I used to go to a different one at a more expensive mall in Hackensack. But like they still exist. It just isn't the like cultural hub that it used to be.
I still like to go to the Grove.
Yeah.
So the Grove here, but it's again an outdoor
But that's like
mall.
a tourist like attraction at this point.
But it's
You know
also
what I mean?
my
Like,
local mall. It's like
Yeah.
walking distance from my house. So
Mm.
I was there the other day.
But I get that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I get that it's like, because it's like
I
would
don't go to the
Grove.
Beverly Center, which is
Yeah.
like the true mall. I
Yeah.
find that place repulsive. But also, I feel like part of the problem now is that so many of these stores have so much more inventory and better inventory online. It's like
Yeah.
I'll go in the store and it'll be like, oh, we have these jeans in like black. And then I go online and it's like, we have these jeans in 35 colors. I'm like,
75
well, why would
colors,
I why would I ever go to the mall to buy clothes if I know I can just search online and get it better and to my house? Like, you guys are making me
No,
not
it's
want to go
great.
to the store.
I remember specifically when I decided I probably would reduce the amount of times I went to a store when I was buying shoes at Camper last summer. And I was texting with Chris and his partner, Hassan. And Hassan is really good at this stuff and was texting me back, make sure when you buy these shoes, you ask for the online price, which was like $50 lower than what I was about to spend at the register. The text came through as my card was out. And I was like, oh, can I have the online price? And they looked so annoyed because they were like, oh, he's speaking to someone who knows what they're doing. And I was. And I was like, why am I even here, man? Like, why didn't you tell me about the online price?
Which is so sad because it's like, I hate shopping online. Hate. Because I want to touch whatever I'm buying. I want to touch it.
Yeah.
I want to be like, do I like this fabric? Because if I don't, I'm never going to wear it. And what I hate worse than buying online is returning.
Yeah.
I hate
used
it.
to work next door to like a mail center.
Yeah, so you could
And
just
so
go
I
there
was
and be like, here you go.
online shopping. I was just having things sent to my work and then just return, like walking next
No.
door and like dumping it.
Yeah, like-
Now I have to actually go. So I have to like add it to my to-do list and remember to do it. But still, I will return. I know some people will
No,
not
I
return.
won't. Hassan will be
will.
like, don't buy this because you're going to hate it. And then I'm going to have to like deal with it because you won't return it. And I'm like,
I will
yes,
return.
you're right. I won't. It's yeah. But all this to say, currently they're trying to bring back the mall, I feel. And the mall that they're trying to bring back as the cultural hub is the monstrosity that I live 20 minutes away from, called the American Dream Mall in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This place has a water park in it.
Mm-hmm.
It has a roller coaster in it. It has a ski mountain
Oh my gosh.
with fake snow that caught on fire once. A Ferris wheel that I have never once seen in use. All these restaurants, all these things, all this shit. It's humongous. It's so fucking ugly. And they're like, this is going to be the best mall. Like, this is going to bring malls back. They have never paid their taxes. All of the investors are like defaulting on every single, like it's mortgaged within an inch of its life. And it is a absolute nightmare to go there in every way. Not only did like some ship that was like bolted to the ceiling had fallen into the water park and almost crushed someone to death. Like, this is supposed to be like, oh, malls are back. And it's like, I'm going to go through all this fucking bullshit to go to Hot Topic.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the other part. It's
Sure.
like, to go to Best Buy, like what?
Right.
Like it's like to go
I'm
to,
going to risk my life.
for
to
American
go-
Eagle,
yes.
like which I can just go to at any single mall ever in the world.
But also, when you would go to a mall when I was a kid, you would be able to traverse the whole thing in probably an hour.
Yeah.
I lived upstate during COVID, and the closest mall when I needed to go was in, well, I'll just come and say it was in Albany. It's a word I don't like to say too much because it's not one of my favorite towns. But I went to the Colony Mall, I think it was up there. And every time I went, it was a disaster because I would only go to a mall for something specific. I don't wander around. My grandfather, rest him, in the 90s was like a mall walker because that's where he would meet girlfriends. I'm like, oh, okay, well, at least I know what the demo is of the mall. Like a bunch of people who aren't going to be buying anything there, getting an hour to look at all the shit they're not going to buy and hook up in the men's room with other 80-year-old people. So that's what the malls became before they sort of got a little more extinct. But these places are so big. And if I go on my GPS and say, I just want to go to Best Buy, it's like, I got to get to the mall and then weave in and out of a place that is in the circumference of what Pluto must be, because it is so, it's impossible to park and just go in and out. Like it's a day. It's at least an afternoon. You can't run into a mall and get anything. And that's what they're trying to capitalize on, like make it some sort of destination. Like they're trying to, and they've been trying to Las Vegas themselves for some time to make it like a family destination. But I don't know.
And again, if I need to just go to Best Buy, like I can just go to a Best Buy. This place, I can't walk 17 avenues. Like I'd be walking the whole length of Manhattan to go to get in from the parking lot and
or
go
to
like
bestbuy.com.
To go to pentagram number 7. You know what I mean? Whatever you were saying, Dominic. I'm like,
because it's even annoying to pick it up.
And when I tell you I was just going to the Apple store to like get a new computer because my computer died, I was like, hello? Like, where am I? I was like looking on my phone. There was like no maps. I was like, I'm truly lost in this mall. And I haven't been like truly lost in like a very long time. I was like, where am I going? And then I would walk so far and then the mall would just stop. And I was like, okay. I was like,
right. And I now have to double back for at least the length of time it took me to walk to this spot because I read
100%.
your illegible location sign incorrectly.
Yes. The modern mall is like it's a trap. A trap. Like that's too nice of a word to use, honestly.
And allow me as a public statement, I just want to say to you, the massage chairs that are set up at the joints of the mall, don't sit in them. Do not sit in those chairs. They've never been cleaned.
If you don't just see those chairs and know not to do it, you deserve whatever comes your way. If you think you should put your body in that nasty thing, you are sick. And
they're using like Avengers strength material in there. Like they're using unstainable Avengers strength material that just won't. It doesn't stain. I feel like if someone throws up on that, it just disappears. It disintegrates, but it's still there. The germs are there.
Oh, God. What do we do, guys? How do we fix malls?
Okay, I have an idea.
Okay. You can pitch this, but it has to blow us away.
Oh, okay.
To win. In order to win.
Oh, I'm not going to win.
Okay. Okay, you don't think you're going to win?
No, because I just thought of this while we were talking. Okay. I feel like you both probably prepared something.
No, we absolutely never did. We do sometimes, but like I literally don't know what my pitch is yet. I'm going to have to think for a second, but yes.
Okay, here's my question. For fixing the malls, do we still have to live within the constraints of the physical malls we have? Or are we bulldozing and building new malls?
You can do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. That's people do that. So like that could happen.
Okay. This is a half-baked mall idea. But I feel like to my earlier point about the food court being like the Epcot Center, you could travel, you could go to the world. I think the way to make malls like more attractive, maybe even more like touristy, getting people to come in, would be to put more small food truck size food establishments in the mall that are from local restaurants in the town. So like instead of Cheesecake Factory, you have your town's famous Subway, not Subway, but like sandwich shop, or like your town's famous.
Yeah, like I could rent like a food truck there and basically do my own.
And it would just be like a tiny little stall, and they would be like around the mall, but it would show more like of a local flavor. Sure, you could still have Panda Express. Like you still need Cheesecake Factory.
No,
like
sure, absolutely.
Like people want brown bread sometimes. And like
I truly will go to the Newport Mall just to go to the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, because like sometimes I want to read a menu that is longer than the novel that I'm reading. And like, so I gotta go there specifically.
And I need to order a dish that is 2,500 calories and it's a salad. Yeah,
and
I do need that.
It's a piece of lettuce.
Yeah.
But I feel like the thing with malls now, the problem is, besides the size and it being a real pain to get around, is that they all have the same stores and they don't have any of the good products. So why would we be jam-packing more stores in that are selling worse versions of what they have online? Why not put things in there that you literally cannot get unless you go to that space? So I feel like unique restaurants or like unique shops, but not like weird unique shops, like not like your aunt's like yarn store or whatever, which is sweet.
Or like
and like we love
the like
Patty's
weird
yarn
like heady shops that are all full of crystals that it's like
or like all the rhinestone baseball cap shops, like not but just like things that are specific or unique to you. Like maybe, I mean, this might be specifically unique to me, but like maybe some more like independent bookstores could be in the mall instead of just like Barnes and Noble. So I don't know. I'm just thinking like local, different.
A listener sent me a mall that is in Oregon, I believe in Portland or Portland area, somewhere in Oregon, that like was an abandoned mall that no one went to anymore. And someone bought it or someone did something, and they basically like are renting out the store spaces for like, it could be someone's office if they need it to be, or it could be this. And they've kind of like revamped this old mall, like what we think of as like an abandoned shopping mall. And it's turned into like kind of what you're saying is like a local
like a more
business
local site
center,
specific.
you know, versus just like a Hot Topic, a Best Buy, a Apple Store, a Cheesecake Factory, what are the other ones? American Eagle, you know, Abercrombie again. PacSun.
Cinnabon. We have not mentioned Cinnabon.
Yeah, Cinnabon. Auntie Anne's.
Auntie Anne's.
You know.
Let's never
Auntie
forget
Anne's.
Auntie Anne's.
Hot dog on a stick. My God.
Please. All those that it's just like, again, like I don't need to go to the American Dream to like go to Hot Topic again.
Yeah.
Like, or Spencer's Gifts. Do you know what I mean? Like
I don't know Spencer's Gifts.
What?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Spencer's.
Okay.
It always had like lava lamps and like pot smoking paraphernalia kind of stuff. And like shirts that were like, I'm with stupid or like dumb.
It does not look familiar to me.
And they
but
sell like
sort of.
sexy, filthy toy. Like it
Yeah, like
was
blow
like
up dolls. Like it's like a
Yeah.
prank gift for your like stoner friend place.
Okay. I'm
Maybe
not familiar.
it's East Coast, but no, Spencer's Gifts.
Okay. So that's my idea. It's not great. I'm not going to win.
No,
but there you have
yours
it.
I think is like actually what will we need to do? Because that's like kind of what I was thinking too, was like, is it like a local, like, because I love walking around the mall. Like the last time I was
Yeah.
at like a big mall, my mom and I were there and eventually my mom was like, can we leave now? And I was like, do we have to?
Yeah.
Because I was like having the best time. Just like, I love going in and touching all the stuff and seeing what everyone's, you know, let's like be a busybody at the mall, you know?
Yeah.
Well, who has the
Yeah.
sales? Who doesn't have sales? Who doesn't have this? But they don't like, what is my pitch?
This is a hard one. I'm struggling here as well. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, I have it. Shopping malls. When I was a kid, they would have.
That was you addressing shopping malls.
Yes,
by
I'm,
the way,
address-
as though they
I'm
were
addressing
present. Okay.
the shopping malls around the world. When I was a kid, they would have like the Power Rangers like show up at a mall. And it was just like some random person dressed up in a costume, and they would do like it's Morphin Time symbol at you, and you would take a picture with them, and you were a kid.
Yes.
Okay.
And that was like a thing that my parents, like they would take out an ad in the newspaper, and like my parents would like bring me there to like take a picture because I was absolutely obsessed with the Power Rangers. And that was like the biggest day of my life. Going to a concert at a mall would be incredible to do again. I think some artist, this is what needs to happen. Some artist, because like right now, I don't have Lady Gaga tickets. Madison Square Garden was a bloodbath. I'm going to be in Toronto, and she's going to be in Toronto while I'm there. And even those tickets are a bloodbath. And I'm like, I can't spend $450 to go see her before. I just can't. I'm just not going to do it. I've seen her 9 million times. I don't need to see her that bad.
Right.
But I'm like,
because Beyonce already bled us for 800, which is part of the reason we can't do this. Right?
Correct. Absolutely correct.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like I just won't do it. I just can't do it. I can't in my right mind do it. So not that Lady Gaga is going to do a mall tour, but like if some like medium-sized artist, like a Taint McRae, Dominic, or like a what are like a Addison Rae, or that's a person? Like I'm like someone that level, not Sabrina Carpenter, obviously, or like, you know, a Chappell Roan, but like someone the step below them. If they would do a mall tour, that's fucking cool. And we could just go to the mall and like see them perform, and they do it for free, or you have to pay $35 like Garth Brooks still does today for every single concert he does. You cannot pay something more than I think $65 or something like that for a ticket of his, by the way.
Man of the people.
Yeah. I think we need to bring back mall tours. I think that I could go on forever about why, but like I think that mall tours, that gets me to the American Dream Mall.
Yeah, I mean, that would get me into a mall if it was a person that I'd heard of. I don't know what an Addison Rae is, but if I knew what that was, I think for me, it's probably going to have to actually be literally Beyonce, but that's fine.
No, sure.
Do you know who actually this would be mutually beneficial for, who needs to do some community service and could help save malls?
Katy Perry.
Drake.
Oh, damn it.
Oh my God.
This could be Drake's comeback. He says, you know what, Kendrick, you're right. I was faking the funk. I am a Degrassi boy.
Traci, what are you doing?
I'm a Degrassi boy. I'm going back to the teens. I'm going back to the tweens. I'm going back to the people. I'm going back to songs when I liked women and I wasn't a fucking incel freak show. And I am singing my little songs in the mall to the people. I want to be back with the people.
No. This is fan fiction. I love hearing you talk about it, but it is absolute fan fiction.
Well, I mean, it's literally not happening, but if he did it, it would probably help him a lot more than
we would
his,
all be obsessed with
abs
it. We would all be
doing.
obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would go 100%. I would
definitely.
go.
I would go just to be like, I'm seeing Drake in a mall. I mean, the other thing is like, you know, all those like Backstreet Boys people are like doing things again.
Yeah,
they could just like take that to the mall, and that would get.
Or
but I feel like that wouldn't rejuvenate them all. That would just be nostalgia kink, you know?
But that's why I'm saying the younger people.
Yeah.
Like, again,
Yeah.
The younger situation, like again, a Taint McRae or like a,
right. I that's not their real name, right?
No, it's Tate
okay.
McRae, but like it's too easy to not call her Taint McRae.
I've literally never heard of that person.
She's a Canadian singer and she has a song called Sports Car, and Dominic was like, I've listened to it like 75 million times. Like just like
some days I go to the gym and it's the only song I listen to for 90 minutes on a loop. Yeah.
Yeah,
I gotta listen to after this. Wait, I have another idea to piggyback on your idea really quickly.
Okay, go ahead.
What if Wicked 2, Back in the Habit, did their press tour at malls across America?
No, because people would trample people as in me, an adult 35-year-old man, would trample little kids to like get in the front of the line.
Okay, but there would be people there, lines out the door. The mall would be back. You would have the 2-hour wait at Cheesecake Factory again. People would be all over the mall holding those little buzzy things, trying to get a table at Ruby Tuesday, Ruth's Chris, or whatever the fuck.
Imagine?
Everything would be popping.
God, you imagine?
Instead of doing traditional press junkets, they do everything at the malls all across this great country for good.
Can you imagine?
No,
Traci, that was.
I mean, I can imagine in like an animated universe of that happening. Sure.
I can imagine that actually, honestly, in my personal hell, I'd rather die than go see that. But
I would literally be the first person there. I would be there too sweet, as they say.
Okay, Dominic, you're up.
You know, I'm running mostly on empty here because a lot of the ideas that I'm quote unquote coming up with, the malls have already tried it. And it's like the concert and whatever. And I just feel like, I don't know. I don't have any financials in front of me, but I find it hard to believe that these malls are making a ton of money unless there's like a Walmart attached to it, unless the Walmart's like the anchor of the mall. But Walmarts usually exist like
by themselves
on their own, you know, and the malls are just, there's nothing convenient about a mall. Like there's just not, I mean, if you have a day to spare and you want to wander around, or if you get there early enough that you can park exactly outside the store that you need, like my mall experiences in the past 5 years have not been fun at all. So, I mean, I'm not saying we should do away with them, but I think we could probably like have the amount of malls that we have. I like both of your ideas, by the way, but what I do think is that I think that the only thing that would be cool to do at the mall would be to live there at this point. And I think that much like there are people who live in like historical
shipping
buildings
containers
across the country, shipping containers, tiny houses, why not the mall? You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine the kitsch value of I live in a Claire's? Like I live in the spot where I sold earrings, and they can almost be like their own little biodomes. I mean,
there's a book that has this
about people living in malls.
Well, it's about a pandemic, but also people go when the world ends and they live in the mall. It's called Severance.
Oh, I think that they should not as like a shelter, but I think like when they close a mall, I mean, those apartments, I'm calling them apartments that look out onto the street, which is essentially the mall, but they could be little communities. They could be just like little sort of isolated communities. Like think any community in Florida, but up here at a mall in New York. And I just think just hollow them out, leave some of the stuff, like you'll need a grocery store and a couple of restaurants. And some of these places are so big, you could live there for years and probably not even go to them.
I know.
But that's the only thing I can think of is just like zone them residentially and have it be just like a fun place to go. Or do you turn them into like some sort of vacation experience where they're not residences, but they're like hotel rooms? Like you can live in the old Limited Express if you want.
Yeah, sure.
When visiting your family. Yeah. Why not?
It could be like transitional housing for like post-college age kids who don't have their shit together. Also like a young people's community where it's like, so they don't need to live in like a real apartment.
An entire Rumspringa experience is what you're pitching right here.
Like
it's
party.
Like all Amish, all 19 years old for 1 year live in the mall.
But you could turn like the Nordstroms at the North End into like a nightclub, and like you could like make it into like a thing.
I know that is being like a little community. I mean, because that's what like WeWork wanted to do, right? Remember like when they were like what's going to be like We Life or whatever. It's like you could do that and have like a whole little I mean, that's like in theory what like Hudson Yards is supposed to be, is like you like never have to leave Hudson Yards to like get everything you need. It's like an old mall that's like on its last leg. Like get the Aeropostale out of there and
Yeah, kick out 80% of the businesses and then put residences in there.
I don't hate this.
And we need housing. We need affordable housing all over the country. You know what I mean? It's like, I actually think my idea is kind of, I almost want to just forfeit because it's like.
This is a good one. Can I throw out one little halfy idea that keeps the mall a mall?
Yeah.
What if, and I don't think any shops in the mall would want this, but I think it would bring traffic to the mall. What if malls had like Adult Swim, but they had like Teenager Swim where only kids could be in there. So kids could be somewhere safe without parents watching over them to hang out and enjoy the mall as it's supposed to be enjoyed.
I like that.
And it was like, no, Mom, you literally cannot come. It's 2 to 6 on a Saturday, kids only. You know, nobody under 12 by themselves or whatever. I don't know. There could be rules. There could be some like floating adults to make sure nothing terrible happens.
Yeah, the security guards like normal, you know.
Yeah, like normal. But like no fucking parents. Or kids aren't allowed to go with their parents. Like if an adult wants to be there, they have to go sans child that they know.
I don't hate that either because there is a thing where it's like they don't have a place to go anymore like we did that was like a community-based place. And like, again, if you're like checking out, you have to like go up and like talk to an adult and like give them money. And like, when are they ever doing that anymore? They can just order everything they want to off Amazon and send it to their house. Right?
That's why we're saving Generation Alpha.
Yeah.
This is community service the three of us are doing.
Guys, I almost don't even know if I want there to be a winner. I almost like these ideas just float out there in the world.
And if anyone takes them, just take my email and you can just Venmo me whatever
$100 million
royalties I need so that I can finally get on Tom's level.
Yeah, so you and Tom can be
best of luck.
I'm dead. You please know that like someone that comes on this show a lot works on Top Chef, and I literally can like I'm gonna be like, tell Tom that like the Lululemon girl in the window says hi.
I gotta try to find the picture. It's in my little like
would
photo
love
album
to see
journal.
it. Would love to see it.
I gotta find it. It exists.
Okay, should we do a Patreon vote? We'll just see.
Let's do it.
My idea is bring back mall concerts. Tracy's.
I have 7 ideas.
You have 7 ideas, but I feel like Teen Swim at the mall is a great idea.
Teen Swim, yeah.
And then Dominick is like housing / resident mall as a resident.
Rezone the shit.
Community, biodome these things. Put a dome around them. Who cares? Just let people live there.
The mall in Glendale does have apartments. I remember when I was staying near there. What's that mall called? The Americana?
The Americana. I had a friend who lived at the Americana.
There's like apartments above the mall where you really can live at the mall, and it seems great.
Well, and according
really nice,
to Hacks,
and you can put your name in at Din Tai Fun and not have to like wait at their bar for 3 hours. So that's also nice.
And according to Hacks, there are apartments at the Grove as well because that's where Hannah Einbinder lives. So, turn the whole thing. Get rid of 80% of the businesses, turn the rest into residences, and then just necessary businesses.
And we should say, just quickly, since we've plugged both the Americana and the Grove, it's owned by my personal and the enemy of Los Angeles, Rick Caruso, the fucking monster.
Sure.
So also, like, fuck that guy forever and ever. Amen. Just wanted to make sure nobody thought that I was pro Rick.
No.
Okay.
No.
That's all.
Death to him.
Yeah.
We wish death upon people on this show a lot. So yeah.
Well, definitely him.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's a Patreon vote, I guess.
Yep.
And we'll see what happens next week. Traci, this has been an absolute whirlwind.
I'm so honored to be here. Thank you all for having me.
Thank you for being here for real. Where can people find you and where can they listen to your podcast?
My podcast is called The Stacks. You can listen to it wherever you're listening to any podcast because it's now 2025 and you all know how to find podcasts. You're listening to one right now. But it's called The Stacks. It's every Wednesday. It's a show about books. And you can find me on Instagram at The Stacks Pod. And I'm actually at The Stacks Pod on everything. I don't know. Just, you guys are smart. You know how to find people.
They know how to find
Just find it.
Find me.
Yeah. Google Traci Thomas Stacks and it comes right up.
It'll be me, my big
It'll be
face.
the first thing that comes up.
My giant forehead. You're welcome.
Dominick, where can people find you?
Oh, you can find me at Dominick Pupa on Instagram. My website's domentary.com and my TikTok is also Domentary. Christopher, where can the listeners of our podcast find you on the World Wide Web?
You can find me at the Chris DeRosa. You can find the show at Fixing Famous People, and you can find the Patreon at patreon.com/Fixing Famous People. Where right now we have one version of every single thing that we offer on Patreon up for free. You don't even have to sign up to be a free member. If you want to hear, again, Whitney Houston's spirit, what she has to say to us from the beyond, you can find that out right now. Hello. Thank you. I wish you both well. And as always, where's Shelley? Goodbye.